Alright, today I'll be tying a wiggler stonefly pattern. It works well for steelhead in the spring, fall, and winter months, and then during the summer it works well for smallmouth, some bluegill, crappie. Yeah, overall pretty good little nymph pattern. And yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to start off with a size 12 jig hook. Just put in my vise real quick. And then I'm going to be using some 210 Denier black thread. Get that started up towards the hook eye. Just a couple wraps to get it going. Just like that. Cut off my tag. Alright. Then what I like to do, I take a piece of rubber legs, I fold it over just like that, and then at the middle point I pinch it on there, give it a couple looser wraps like that, and then I flip this over like that, pinch there, and then tie that side together just like that. So then I got my 2 antennae on there, and I like to flare them out a little bit, get them a little bit wider just like that. Take a wrap back behind that knob. Then I'll be using a bead chain eye, just setting it right on top there like so, getting that on there nice and tight. A couple wraps that way, a couple wraps that way. It's like that. And yeah. Alright, then I'm going to be taking some lead wire, 0.015 diameter. I'm just going to be making wraps along the body here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you get the point. We'll just keep going, I guess. 9, there's 10, 11, 12. So this is the only kind of weight you have on the fly. You want to make it sink pretty well. So just like that, break off both ends, and I like to push it right up against those bead chain eyes and tie it down. Just like that. Then I take a small piece of rubber leg that I can't find, of course, and I put it right down the center like this. Wigglers have 3 little legs on the back. Stoneflies only have 2. You can always rip one off when you're out in the river fishing. So just kind of put it in like that, leaving a little bit up because I'll tie that in a sec. Then I take another piece, put it on the far side like that, tie it in, just a couple wraps, 1, 2, 3. And then I'll take this piece and fold it back over, 1, 2, 3, just like that. So as you can see here, well, you can't really see it, there are 3 legs coming out the back here. One's a little higher than the other 2, but that's alright. So then what I'll do, I'll twist them back center, and I'll just take wraps forward onto this piece of rubber right here. Take this tag in that I just wrapped forward and snip that off. Like that. Alright, next I'm going to take some silver wire in, oh, I guess it's Ultrawire. I don't know diameter right off the bat. And I'm going to tie that in right along those legs, just like this. Behind those behind the lead wraps, we'll just wrap backwards. And then we'll wrap forwards, make sure we got no bump right here. Just like that. Perfect. Next we're going to take some hare's ear ice dub. We're going to get it on the old thread. Just kind of wrap it up. I like to make sure I have more on my thread before I start, just to make sure I can go all the way to where I need it to go. That might be enough. So I'll just take thread wraps forward, touching all the way up to about, oh, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch behind the bead eyes. just like that. That should be good. I'll take my wire, wrap it around nice and tight. Want to make sure that rabbit's not going anywhere. And that should be good. Tie it off super quick and twist it off. Maybe. There we go. Next, I'll take some turkey feather. I think I have 5 strands here. I just clipped off of main feather. I'll tie it in right where I stopped that rabbit at, like that, and then I am going to tie off right here. I like to add a little bit of a hot spot in here, so I'm going to switch to orange thread 210 Denier. Clip off this excess. So like I said, 210 Denier, orange thread. Just make a little bit of a hot spot in here. After I get that turkey down, clip that off. Alrighty. So then what I like to do is take a little bit of black ice dub and just pinch it on my thread, keeping it somewhat loose, kind of tight, somewhat loose. And then I like to wrap that just behind to the back of the eyes. From there, I'll take a soft hackle feather, stripping away the unwanted stuff right now, getting it all prepared. So there's my feather. I'm going to put that right behind the eyes, like this. Take wraps back, and then I'm just going to wrap this around a couple times. So there's once around, making sure I move those fibers back, and there's twice around. Then I'll tie off that end, just like this, and that should be good. Clip off this little back piece here. Alright, then what I'll do is I'll take my soft hackle and just kind of push it either way. And I'll take my turkey feather and put it right between that split. Pinch it, tie it down. Alright, from here I like to add just a little bit more black ice dubbing to cover up those thread wraps just a touch. So I'll take a tiny little pinch, put it on my thread, a couple wraps here, and then just make a little bit of a collar and tie it off just like this. Nice little whip finish in there. Make sure I pull it down pretty tight and cinch it in just like that. Go through, clip off my tag end just like that. So then what I'll do is I got some Sally Hansen's. Just put a little bit on those thread wraps, make sure they don't go anywhere. Not much at all, just right here. Then I'll go in, cut off the excess trim right here, just extra feathers that I don't need in there, just like that. So there we have it. There's the wiggler, stonefly, whatever you want to name it, pattern. I've tied it in that color. I've also tied it in some other variants. Here's one I have tied up in a little bit darker color. If I can get this other one out. This one I used pheasant tail on the back with the silver ribbing. I hit a little tungsten bead in the right in here. This one sinks a little bit more. So yeah, thanks for watching.